June 10th, 2018 seemed like a bright Sunday for the residents of Ohio. It was usual for Pizza Hut in St. Clairsville of Ohio to welcome their regular customers, Joni D. Davis and Brian Edgar Goff. The couple thoroughly enjoyed their dinner, and once they were done, the devoted 64-year-old caretaker Brian took 55-year-old Joni to their light blue 1990 Oldsmobile 88 four-door sedan. But after that, nobody knew where the sedan's wheels were heading. It seemed like the couple vanished with their sedan in thin air, leaving no traces behind. What happened to Brian Edgar Goff and Joni D. Davis? Had the bright Sunday determined their fate? How did the chaos divers enter the scene? Welcome back to Mysterious Hook, where we shed light on under-the-radar, high-profile cases across the country. My name is Matt, and today we are looking at a 3.5-year missing person case solved by chaos divers. Without any further ado, let's dive right in. Created partly by natural borders, Ohio is shaped by Lake Erie and the Ohio River. The state boasts an appealing combination of exciting cities, pristine natural scenery, and charming farms. Whether you're exploring Ohio for a weekend visit or an extended vacation, there is lots to see. Individuals from Ohio proudly and officially call themselves Ohioans. Ohio residents enjoy an affordable cost of living compared to other states, and the Ohio River has become an important commercial route for Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, and Illinois residents. But none of them imagine that the Ohio River would hide the life of a lovely couple for more than 3 years. Our story starts right here in this Ohio state. It was September 21st, 1953, when the couple Ralph and Olga Jean were blessed with twin baby boys in Martins Ferry, Ohio. They named the boys Brian Edgar Goff and Colin Goff. When the twins turned 3, their mother passed away, so their great-aunt, Hannah Goff, took Brian and raised him on her farm near Martins Ferry. When Brian was 9, he moved to Saybrook, Ohio with his twin brother, older brother, and sister. In June 1971, Brian graduated from Harbor High School in Ashtabula, Ohio. After graduating, Brian worked several years for Penn Central and Conrail Railroads in Cleveland, and later in Mingo Junction. Then he moved back to Martins Ferry area and shared a home with Colin. For years, Brian also worked at Goff Trucking near Rayland, lending a helping hand to Colin. Brian was a loving, caring, kind-hearted, and hard-working person with a genuine smile. He always looked forward to summertime and attending the family gatherings on Memorial Day, July 4th, and Labor Day. Brian was also a massive fan of the Cleveland Browns and Cleveland Indians. Besides all of these, Brian devoted his time and energy to being a loving caretaker for Joni D. Davis. Joni was born to her parents, Jack and Joanne, on July 20th, 1962. She had been the best sister to Jackie Newell and a caring aunt for her nephews. Both Joni and Brian were healthcare workers, and it was over 20 years since they both started a beautiful relationship. Unfortunately, their relationship became complicated when Joni was 35. She failed to wake up one morning and remained in a coma for months. Finally, after an extended stay at a rehabilitation facility, Joni relearned how to walk, speak, and feed herself. But her brain damage was permanent, and she required full-time care. However, Brian never left her. Instead, he became Joni's caretaker. Nevertheless, the pure bond between the couples continued for years. And everything seemed fine for 64-year-old Brian and 55-year-old Joni until 2018. The hottest June month was turning Ohio State into beautiful scenery. June 10th, 2018 was a fine Sunday. The day was no different for the couples who regularly visited Pizza Hut in St. Clairsville during the weekend. Brian and Joni stuck to routine and structure by dining at Pizza Hut on Sunday evening. The couple enjoyed their dinner without realizing that it would be their last meal. When the clock was ticking around 7 p.m., Brian took Joni to their light blue 1990 Oldsmobile 88 four-door sedan with Ohio license plate EYA7482. Their family hoped the couple would follow their routine of going to the gas station on the island, then to Reese Cups, and finally to have a lottery ticket. As hours passed, nobody from Joni's family ever heard from them again. Brian and Joni had neither completed their routine visit nor reached their home. It seemed like the couple disappeared with their sedan. Joni's family members soon realized the mysterious disappearance of the couple, so the family went to Brian and Joni's home on Coleraine Pike and found their clothes, medications, several credit cards, money, and some other things that they had laid out. Joni's family thought that the couple never reached home. So, as per Brian and Joni's schedule, the family members knew that they would have gone to Pizza Hut. With the help of the surveillance video at the Pizza Hut, the family members found out that the couple didn't stay on National Road through Bridgeport. Joni's family assumed that their sedan would have turned off, either taking I-70 to Route 214 or taking Chermont Road. So Joni's family decided to report the missing couple to the Belmont County Sheriff's Office. When officials questioned the appearance of Brian, Joni, and their whereabouts, the family members described Brian as a 5-foot 10-inch tall man who weighed around 190 pounds. They added that Joni was 5 feet 2 inches tall woman and she weighed about 138 pounds. Joni's sister's fiance, Paul Newell, informed the officials about the surveillance video at Pizza Hut. He added that Brian and Joni weren't spontaneous enough to decide and take a trip on a whim. So with all of this information, the Belmont County Sheriff's Department started their inquiries. Both the officials and family had searched for Brian and Joni for a week, but unfortunately nothing led them to find the couple. People in Ohio started to speculate that it was a murder-suicide, but the family never believed that. The scope was widening for the missing people. Even after 9.5 days, Joni's family continued to work with law enforcement, and the Belmont County Sheriff's Department found surveillance recording from a local gas station that seems to indicate the pair was last seen going north. The family believed the investigation needed to move north as well. Fortunately, Brian had his cell phone, and the officials spotted the last location. The cell phone was pinged for the final time in the area of Little Rush Run, past the Rayland Marina in Ohio. So the officials performed numerous searches for Brian and Joni in that area. The sheriff's offices in Jefferson and Belmont counties offered a $5,000 reward for information leading to the discovery of the missing couple. Both law enforcement agencies have conducted aerial surveillance and surface searches with trained canines since the summer of 2018. Even Martins Ferry Councilman Jack Regis followed the case closely, hoping that the two individuals would reappear with an incredible story. But unfortunately, nothing turned up. Ohio was experiencing all seasons, but nothing could change the misery of the mourning family. All that Joni's family members wanted was to have closure. And after 3.5 years of Brian and Joni's disappearance, the Chaos Divers came across the Ohio River to search for Karen Adams, and the couple's case got the attention of the divers team. As many might know, Chaos Divers are selfless people who started as an environmental cleanup organization to make a better place for all aquatic life. And later, they transformed into selfless heroes. The diving angels always believed that many people disappearing with a vehicle for a long time had a very high potential of being found in the water. So initially, they saw people by accident, and now they're doing it purposefully, traveling the country and trying to bring closure to families of the vanished ones, which is the ultimate aim. After hearing about Brian and Joni, the divers team in the area didn't want to return to Illinois before trying to find them. So the real-life diving angels gathered all information about the couple's whereabouts and their last cell phone pings. As the officials had confirmed, the last known location was in the area of Little Rush Run. The Chaos Divers knew that the Ohio River was the nearest body of water. Then the diving teams decided to search for Brian and Joni there. It was November 11th, 2021. With their motorboats, the Chaos Divers team was ready to search for Brian and Joni. They used their sonar technology and magnet to find the vehicle. The diving angels jumped into the water, and the sky started to turn dark.
So
if this isn't the car,
you know,
it hasn't been there long.
It hasn't been there long.
Where on Old Route 7.
Oh my God, guys.
And there's that big tree, and there's this that.
Fortunately, the mild light from the sky was enough for the diving angels to read the license plate they had found. It was an Ohio license plate that read EYA 7482, and it belonged to Brian.
Plate says EY. Ooh, I got some fuzzies. EYA 7284.
The diving angels notified the FBI and Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation Crime Scene Unit and Jefferson County officials, and they discussed the recovery of the vehicle. Finally, they planned to pull the vehicle out of the water the following day. When the sun's rays hit the early morning hours in Ohio State, the diving angels found that the license plate belonged to a light blue 1990 Oldsmobile 88 four-door sedan. The sedan was submerged in 8 feet of water about 15 feet off of the shoreline, with the vanished couple strapped in their seatbelts. The diving team found the vehicle just 1 mile south of where the couple's cell phone pinged. The vehicle was in a shallow portion of the river off Old Route 7, so the Jefferson County officials and chaos divers carefully pulled the car out with human remains. The officials mentioned that the autopsies had to be completed to confirm identities and determine the causes of death. Then the Jefferson County officials added that a team of forensic experts would process the vehicle to gather evidence. And finally, the medical examiner confirmed that the corpses belonged to Brian and Joni. After being missing for more than 3 years, the discovery of the bodies of Joni Davis and Brian Goff finally brought some closure. Throughout the case, the law enforcement became friendly with the Chaos Divers team, and one of the sheriffs on the case took the diving angels to dinner. Also, the Toronto Fire Department helped the diving team with a cylinder refill, which was a sweet gesture that the Chaos Divers fully deserved.
More of a relief for the family members. Now they're at peace, knowing that their loved ones are no longer missing.
Mysterious Hook salutes the Chaos Divers team and the law enforcement officials involved for their commitment. Rarely do we come across such selfless individuals who strive persistently to bring closure to the family of the disappeared ones. You will always have our support, Chaos Divers and all real-life heroes. Due to the people's outstanding support, such volunteer search teams have solved many missing person cold cases. So, let's make it possible for the selfless heroes to provide free services to families and law enforcement by watching their documentaries, buying their merchandise, and donating. As always, please share your views in our comments section below. Also, check out our videos at Mysterious Hook if you'd like to see similar cases. We will be back with a new episode soon. Thank you for watching our video here. If you found it interesting, please like our video and subscribe to the channel.